Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Welcome to the Friday night live stream, guys. It is Good Friday, and not just only because of the holiday coming up, it's Good Friday anyway, because any Friday is good. Great to see all of you guys here for April 18th. Give me the thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me okay and see me okay. And I think as this begins to kick in over here, we'll be able to see what's going down. Let me see what we have got here. Let's shoot to the very top. And so far, everything is looking good. Let me just make sure that we are good over here on Facebook, and we are. Okay, there we go there. Very, very nice. Okay, let me jump back on over and shoot up to the very top. Guys, great to see all of you here tonight. Let's see. Yes, happy Easter, Scott. Shout outs to you there. Shout outs to you there. Steven Shields as well. I see you on screen here as well, too. Let me jump up to the very top of the chat window that I've got here because I had to do something right in the very beginning, and then I wasn't able to start saying hello to all of you guys. So, and then it filled up really quick. But let's see here. Sticker collecting. What is going on? Hello, hello. Alex Webb 98. What is going down? Matt Dummett as well. Claw and Go channel member extraordinaire. Thanks so much for jumping on. Randy Molina in the house. Good evening. Michael Domayer. Hey there. Hey there. Great to see you as always. Larry Nguyen as well. Thanks so much for jumping on. Great to see you as well in Hawaii. Very nice. Enjoy that. I've never been. That's awesome. Carlos Cardenas, what's going on? How's everything going? I'm joining you from my aunt and uncle's house. Very cool. Shout outs to your aunt and your uncle, and to you as well. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Carlos. I appreciate you. Foodie 86. Hope you had a good week. It was very, very busy, and like it always is, right? Next thing you know, it's Friday. I was just telling my sister, I'm like, I can't believe it's Friday again tomorrow. This was yesterday. It's wild how much time just flies. It's been flying. It really has been. Opportunist Global, what's going on? Howdy, howdy to you there. Great to see all of you guys. We got Drew's Food Reviews in the house. It's time to peep this lovely situation out, of course. I appreciate you. Great. You guys are all saying hello to each other. I love the camaraderie here on the channel. It is always so much fun with everybody here, as always. All my day ones and all my new peeps as well. Urza Ender, thanks so much for jumping on. Dan's Magic Club, thanks so much for jumping on as well, too, there. And yes, Claw and Go, happy halfway to Halloween. Absolutely. That is so, so true and so cool at the same time. Let's see here, which means like literally in about 2.5 months, we're going to start seeing all the Halloween stuff starting to roll in, because all through summer, it's usually starting to trickle. And I love it. I love it. It's basically 6 months off, 6 months kind of leading in now, which I'm cool with. I mean, I would do it year round. You guys know how I feel about that. Claw and Go, yes, let's get it. Got all the emojis in the house. Very nice. Carlos Cardenas is counting down. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We are in the place to be. Matt Dummett as well. Got the thumbs up. Very cool. You guys can hear me okay and see me okay as well. Thanks so much for jumping on. Great to be on here with you as always. Claw, can it be Friday every day and Halloween every day? Yes, I agree. At least Halloween, right? S. Selig 2006, my brother from another. Shout outs to you, man. Thank you for entertaining us every Friday. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat donation as well. Sean as well too there. Let me jump in over here. Channel member extraordinaire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As always, you guys humble me with your gratitude and your humbleness to be here as well, because not only do I feel grateful and humble, you guys are definitely here spending some time, and I hope you guys feel the same. I appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. But shout outs to you there, as always. And Sean, as always, of course, you're going to see your name down below in the description box. Of course, if you guys wish to be like Sean, it's always appreciated. Definitely take a look at that little chat, button at the bottom of your window there. You'll see a $sign. Super chat does take a little bit from you naturally for YouTube, but should you wish to do any other way, down below in the description box, as well as either or the first pinned comment of the replay, everything will go towards the channel, and I greatly appreciate the love and support. Being that I am a one-man show, everything that you're seeing on here is designed, created, and produced by yours truly, rocking it out on 3 different things here at one time here. So I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You'll see your name down below in the description box, as well as down over here as it goes. It looks like all my applets are working, which is awesome. So shout outs to you there, Sean. I appreciate you as always, my brother from another. For show. You know how we do it there. Steven Shields, in effect, thanks so much for jumping on. As always, I love recognizing all my peeps from back in the day as well as the current one. Sabres fan, what's going on? What it be, what it do? Best food reviewer ever. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You humble me with your kindness always. I appreciate that greatly there. Alex, had the Taco Bell chicken nuggets. Yes, when they had them late last year, they're coming back on the 24th, as you guys know, and supposedly they're going to be permanent into 2026, I believe, is when they should be pretty much everywhere. And that'll be a thing on the menu there, which I thought they would do that with the nacho fries, considering how many times they keep bringing those back, but we'll have to see. And yes, Steven, October is the best month. Absolutely. Absolutely. So guys, welcome to the Friday night live stream. Because it is Good Friday, I've actually got 2 reviews for you guys tonight. So we'll get started here in just a little while with the first review. And the other one, because it is Good Friday, the lead into the resurrection and all that good stuff for all you peeps celebrating Easter, I thought I would do something for that as well too there. So I'm not going to be doing anything as dramatic as resurrecting and doing anything like that. But it will be something kind of food related naturally that I wanted to try just to kind of celebrate the time, because naturally Easter is this Sunday, and should you be celebrating that or should you not, whatever you're doing that day, I just hope you have a very, very beautiful Easter weekend, or just a fun weekend with family, friends, whatever you're doing that brings you happiness and joy. That's the goal, is just to kind of just enjoy yourself naturally. But of course, you're going to see all kinds of stuff with Easter all online on the news, everything leading up to it there, because it's a big time of the year naturally for that, as is all the other major holidays. So it should be a lot of fun for you. I wish you very well this weekend coming up as well to enjoy all of that. Larry, do you like Loco Moco? I've never tried that. I don't know what that is. Larry, actually. Let's see here. Carlos saw the Minecraft movie last Saturday and it was awesomeness. Very cool. I hear they're trashing theaters all over the place whenever they come out with that chicken jockey thing, which I don't know exactly what's going on with all that. Some people were actually bringing up chickens actually into the theater, if you can believe that, with real live chickens, which is pretty crazy. So crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, guys, just to give you a quick update for the schedule for this weekend, because it is a holiday weekend, what I'm going to be doing is actually I'm going to be adding to my Facebook page as well some content that you will not find initially here on YouTube. I may upload it down the road, or maybe just as a short, or like because it's like a minute or 2 long, so I think they may count it as a short. But if you want to see my next review, it's actually going to be tomorrow, which is going to be the 19th, which is Easter Eve, so to speak, I guess. Saturday, April 19th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over at facebook.com/peepthisoutshow. So you'll find a little link that I'll put there actually when it launches there on my community post or my post tab here on the channel. So you'll be able to go directly to it there. Should you just kind of forget and you see it on my feed, then just click on that, it'll take you there. But it's just a little quickie thing about something that I wanted to come back and check out. And I think you'll kind of dig it there. You're going to start seeing a little bit more of that on other social media platforms as well. So not only Facebook, you may actually find that on my TikTok channel as well as Instagram, because obviously Instagram is my main thing outside of YouTube. But TikTok, I'm going to be adding to that as well too there. So we're kind of slowly growing it over there. I kind of want to push that one forward as well. So watch for more specialized content coming on those other platforms as well. But again, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, www.facebook.com/peepthisoutshow. That is my main business page that I have outside of what you see here. So definitely take a look at that time and let me know what you think. Send me some messages on direct, social media. Let me know what you thought there. I'm trying to experiment with some different things here as well. Some of the things that you may notice other creators do and the way that they do it. I want to try something the way that I do it, and I wanted to see what you guys think. So if you like it, do let me know. Shoot me a direct message on social media. Let me know here on these streams. I'm contemplating doing a members only stream next Friday, so that's a possibility. I haven't decided just yet, so watch my post tab throughout the week, and I'll kind of let you know. I'll maybe put a poll up to see what you guys think about that. We really want to kind of grow everything as well and kind of keep things moving, in that direction there. So I definitely want to spend time and definitely entertain you guys and have as much fun as I possibly can. But I also want to try and kind of bring in a lot of people, I think, that like the super fans, so to speak, on top of that. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do there. So I'll put a poll up over the weekend as well to see, kind of gauge the interest of what you'd like to see. And I'd like to try and do some stuff like that, because I have all these tools available here on YouTube that I'd like to try and utilize a little bit of. And obviously we do have a bunch of members on the channel already, so which is kind of cool for live streaming, just because of a channel membership anyway. So I think that'll work out kind of fun. to there. So do consider that. At the same time, I'll let you know, and we'll see how that poll goes over the weekend. But it's great to be on here again, like I said, with you, and I'm definitely looking forward to having a good time. Like I said, we've got 2 reviews tonight. Something I've been looking forward to finally, and then something obviously for the holiday as well. So we'll have to see as well too that way. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here tonight as well. Let's see here. Drew, I'm thinking it's more of a chaotic neutral Friday. Not exactly a good Friday. It's chaotically neutral. Stephen Shields, we've got Small Sliders opening here in KC. Have you ever heard of them? No, actually. Who is that? I'm curious to know. I should know that, right? Stephen, I should know that. But it's great to see all you on here. Let's see. Steve Mars, what's going on? Greetings. Right back at you. Urza, love Nashville hot mozzarella sticks from Jack in the Box. Very cool. Oh, and Urza, you probably know this already, naturally, because you usually bring up some Star Wars related stuff. Star Wars celebrations going on in Japan right now. I've been trying to catch some of the announcements. They've got a lot of cool things that have been coming out. I'm going to be back on that actually right after the stream that I'm doing now to see what's going on there. But so far we have a Darth Maul animated series. There is a Ryan Gosling Star Wars movie coming out actually in 2027 called Starfighter, which is crazy. And it includes Sigourney Weaver coming back actually for The Mandalorian and Grogu, I should say. Now, I don't know when I say coming back. I mean, she's in like Avatar, which is kind of related to Disney, Fox, that type of thing. But that's a separate thing entirely there. But the Ryan Gosling movie, it's called Star Wars Starfighter. So that should be pretty interesting. And then The Mandalorian and Grogu has Sigourney Weaver, which is going to be kind of interesting as well. So she plays a pilot in the Rebellion or something like that. So we'll see what happens with that there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing it's jumping on the screen here right now. Claw, yes, there are a few Masters of the Universe figs, but I do not have those planned for tonight. Most likely the next stream. We'll see what happens there. But yes, I wanted to kind of keep that off to the side just for right now. But there is more. There's definitely more. Not to worry about that. Let's see here. Going on down. All right, Larry. So Locomoco first is a Hawaii food rice. Okay, hamburger patty with brown gravy and a fried egg. I'm down. I like all of that. I would definitely give that a shot. That actually sounds pretty good right now. Oh boy, my diet's been a little lean these last few days, so I'm looking forward to having something good and hearty. I think nothing crazy tonight because it's already kind of late for me now. So it'll be something light after the stream. But for the weekend, tomorrow, I think I'd like to have something kind of good as well, being that it's Saturday after all. And a lot of you who think that I may do this streaming stuff where I may do this the food review stuff and that's all that I eat, that is definitely not the case. It may seem like that with the editing or how many videos that you may see at the time, but it's all about that balance. You gotta have that balance. Clone Goal is down with the member stream would be very cool. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys greatly, and I think it would be a lot of fun to do, and also to again grow the community because things are getting crazy out here, guys. I got to be honest with you. It is just, I'm going to be very transparent. Things are out of control in Southern California, and it's getting harder and harder to manage certain things. So I'm trying to find ways to kind of give you that value, give you that stuff that you look for. As well as keeping it feasible at the same time. So that's my goal, is to definitely keep delivering the product that I like doing for you guys, and definitely having as much fun and making it as easy as possible to do that at the same time too. James Morrison, hey Ian, is there any food that you dislike so much that you would refuse to eat if it was served to you? Yes, anything with cilantro. That's the main thing. I guess that's not necessarily a food. I mean, it's an herb. I guess, but yeah, for me, cilantro is definitely the thing. That's not, I can't have anything really with that. I mean, at the most part, I've tried a few things with it, like the street chalupas recently that came back, or the toasted cheddar stuff from Taco Bell, and I can't really taste it at all, which I'm okay, but I'm usually pretty sensitive to that. But because of the sauce and the things on it, I'm not really a super fan of that, but I'll try anything, naturally, just to give it a go. I'm not really against that, but there's nothing that I would absolutely refuse outside of cilantro. That's the main thing. That is the main thing. Let's see here. Alex, you finally got your hands on the pickle glazed chicken sandwich from Popeyes, which, by the way, guys, I don't know if that video may be worth some money down the road because they changed the website and took off that pickle slaw. That may have been one of the original ideas, and that's what got onto the website. And that's why I was assuming it was going to be there. It looks like they decided to kind of cheap out on it and just do a glaze and call it a day. So shout outs to you, Alex, for giving that a go finally there. Tasty sauce, though, I gotta tell you, definitely tasty sauce. And apparently you quite enjoyed it as well, as you're saying there with the Cajun fries. Nice, 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 nice. That's very good, actually. Stephen Shields, it's a burger chain owned by Drew Brees. Oh, okay, cool, very cool. That's the Moco, that Moco Loco thing. A burger chain owned by Drew Brees, former NFL quarterback. Very nice, very nice. Let's see here. My chat is moving. Carlos had the Nashville hot popcorn chicken big box. Very nice. That's awesome. The big box is no joke. That is seriously, it's a big box. I think it's $9.99 for that too, as well. So absolutely craziness with that. So awesome there. Let's see here. The new quarter pounder burger from Chili's is fire. Yes, I do plan on checking that out probably into this coming week, actually. I kind of had to put that on the back burner because of Wendy's when I saw that that was going to be doing its thing there. And plus with this weekend and the plan that I have for that. So into this coming week, I'll see if I can get over to Chili's and knock that one out there. No fish for me, Drew. No fish. I may just be going light just with just a bowl of cereal after the stream, to be honest. That's pretty much going to be my thing, I think. Claw has been addicted to the Pizza Hut Cheesy Bites pizza. For me, it's the stuffed crust over at Domino's. I've had that a couple of times since the review, and it's definitely a bomb thing. And because I'm going to be watching my little nephew, a.k.a. Jackson, my little pup, over at my sister's spot for the weekend, I'm going to be probably stopping by on the way there to get a stuffed crust pizza to bring up with me while I'm doing my work at my sister's spot. So it's definitely going to be something fun to do there. So I'm going to be staying overnight. So I'm excited to be checking out that little one there. That's like my little buddy Jackson. He is just the sweetest pup. He really is. So gotta love him. Gotta love him. Alex, speaking of Ryan Gosling, have you seen the 2011 action movie Drive? You know, it's been a minute since I've seen that movie, but yes, it's a fantastic film, which I had him in there along with Carey Mulligan, Bryan Cranston, Albert Brooks, Oscar Isaac, absolutely there. Definitely a very, very good movie, for sure. I think it's going to be good. I think this new Starfighter movie is going to be pretty awesome. Obviously, all the attention is going on to The Mandalorian, which is really, I was really hoping they would get right back into the series, but obviously they've just been going on just with the movie naturally that's filming as well. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that. And yes, Drew, you got to sell a kidney to eat a Carl's Jr. nowadays. It's no joke out here in these streets, guys. It is really, really tough. I can speak for most creators, content creators in general. Obviously, it's an investment whenever you produce a YouTube channel and you have to bring out reviews or put out content. You have to buy it, and more often than not, you know, it's not a sponsored thing. So those types of things, they make a difference for sure. And as it's getting crazier, you know, it's really getting really uncomfortable out here. So trying to do what I can, believe me, that's one of the reasons I think I'm kind of maintaining my weight because of the way that things are. So it's just kind of, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's see here. Yes, crazy expensive, Claw. No reason for a burger should be 12 bucks. Exactly. Unless it's a craft burger, like something over at Chili's or Applebee's or any of those places or major restaurants, you should not be spending 12 plus bucks on anything double digits for something like that is, you know, crazy there. Naturally, there's so much profit in food. What you're paying for really is the increased wages of everything on top of the marketing and rent and all that for these places. So it's just something's got to give somewhere. Chewy Lore, what's going on? You're going to be watching WrestleMania this weekend. Nice. Very cool. Very cool. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. Michael, saw that Popeyes has a sale on the chicken sandwich. Yes, I saw that too. Sunday for only $4.20. Remember when it was $3.99 when it came out standard, Mike? That was the thing. And now it's like $5.99 minimum, you know, which is okay because, I mean, the Popeyes chicken sandwich is banging. You guys already know. It's one of my all-time faves, so I absolutely love getting that every so often. But yes, that's very cool, and especially up until $4.20, which is nice. Ironically, is Easter, right? So that's going to be an interesting experience for people, I should say, on Sunday. Carlos, let's see here. Did you ever read my last question from last week's live chat? Have you ever heard of that store from my hometown, Texas called HEB? I have not actually, Carlos. I have not. I have not heard of that. I would love to travel to some of these places. Naturally, once I get the time and when things are made a little easier to do things, absolutely, for sure. Larry, yes, I've heard of the Green Burrito. Absolutely, they merged up with Carl's Jr. out here as well. And Sean, yes, Drive is one of your faves. I think you have that on DVD, I think, from back in the day, if not Blu-ray, if I'm not mistaken there, Sean, for sure. Vincent Lee, what's going on? Hello. Shout outs to you there. James Morrison, do you ever think you'll ever leave Cali? You know, I was just discussing this recently with someone, and you know what? It's a consideration at the same time. I've really kind of like fleeted with the idea. I don't know where I would go, to be honest, but having originally been from New York as a kid, I've lived out in California ever since 1984. I was 11 years old, if you do the math. You'll know how old I am. But at the same time, it's getting to the point where things are just out of control. We have the highest gas in the nation, and things are out of control in terms of just the cost of stuff here. So I think the average price of gas, I was listening to news radio today, they said was like $3.16, and there are 21 states that actually have it below $3. We're at $5.19 and change, and there's rumors to be at least $6.60 at some point before the end of the year because of all these policies, which that's the reason why they checked on this. And there's nothing about the oil manipulating anything in these companies. It's all California legislature and all these things for the way that we're being governed right now. So not happy about it at all. But I'm going to tell you right now, what I am happy about is the content that I've been putting out this past week for you guys. Guys, you already know, we had a lot of fun on the stream last week. I enjoy myself every time I'm with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. But obviously, outside of the pickle glazed wings that we did, that I did actually here on the channel there, Jack in the Box Nashville hot mozzarella sticks. I think that's where we left off with that there. That was the next review that was going to be coming up. And obviously, the Frosty Swirls. Of course, I got to do a drive-through sequence when it comes to the Frosty goodness at Wendy's, because I got to stay frosty to the peeps over at Wendy's 9 times out of 10. So I had a chance to check out all 3 versions of that. And it was definitely a lot of fun to check out there. So do check out the Frosty Swirls review. It's great to see that they're doing that. You're going to be seeing the Frosty Fusions the middle of this coming month. Which is basically a bunch of toppings, something they could have done a long time ago, but we're finally getting the obvious, which is kind of cool. Wingstop for $4.20, which is kind of strange because I asked the manager when I went to go pick this up, the hot honey tender box. Basically, it's just the same old hot honey that I've done a couple of times either. I think it was on the thigh bites I said I did it with, and the chicken sandwich. That was the other one. I thought I had done the tenders at one point, but it looks like I hadn't. So now I have, because it's part of that box. And I guess they're going with the whole hot honey, the whole hot box type of thing. It's unofficially, I guess, being marketed that way, even though there's nothing on the website that'll tell you that. But it is $8, which is not horrible considering the price point. And you do get the side of ranch on the side there. Main thing with this is that it's got the honey rub on the actual fries itself. So you're getting all the goodies with that too, on top of that. And then out of nowhere, this is something that I actually saw very, very late the night before, the Cajun Crunch Spicy Chicken Sandwich there, which is always something I got to check out the latest from Wendy's because they're one of the top tiers when it comes to some pretty awesome promotions, whether it's with their chicken or their chicken sandwiches. Basically, either just like kind of like the regular nuggets. Naturally, they do mostly stuff obviously with the chicken sandwich, but with the burgers on top of that as well. And a lot of these toppings that you're going to see on that Cajun Crunch, which is actually, that video is doing pretty well right now. I would love to see that on a burger. I think that would be something to kind of check out on a burger maybe at some point, maybe just to kind of do and revisit a little bit just because of the beef aspect of it. So lots of good stuff with that. And then this coming weekend, you'll see something coming up on Sunday, which I'm going to say was a little heated, but nothing crazy out of the norm. But it's definitely something that I think you'll dig to check out there as well. And then, of course, tomorrow you'll find the content over on Facebook for my other little look at something that I had to make a return to check out, something else that you'll see, just to kind of give you a little bit of a push to go check that out. I think you'll dig it. And then we'll lead into the week that's coming up. I'll probably be off on Monday, and then we'll be back at it again on Tuesday as well. So lots to look forward to there. Sean, Drive is one of my favorite faves, and it looks like you may have lost the DVD. Okay, all right, no worries, no worries. Everything is streaming now anyway, but I remember, I think we had talked about that too at one point, Sean, way back, I remember. Yeah, that DVD rack, I remember, with all that stuff that was in there. Claw, favorite review this last week was the Wendy's Frosty Swirls. I'm glad you liked that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad I enjoyed producing it for you, like I do with all my content. I love putting it together for everybody. Been having trouble sleeping lately, so now I'm taking Nitex PM. Steven, try a little melatonin. My sister's trying to get me on that, and I need to start doing that as well because I am trashed myself, and I can't, my mind is so active because of a lot of things that I'm going through right now and things that are going on, so I'm trying to do the same thing. But melatonin, and I actually just reminded myself because I didn't get any from my sister yesterday. We had just talked about this, and I'm like, it just occurred to me that's gonna be it's gonna be a long night then tonight. Donk, I agree, Pete. We should pay people less money so we can afford burgers. That's not exactly what I mean. But we should actually be making it easier all across the board instead of having profits completely rule everything. We need that balance. We need the balance with everything. So yes, absolutely that. Matt Dummett, let's see, hot honey tenders, that sounds good. Of course it was a tasty situation. I had a lot of fun putting that video together, of course. Alex, sorry if I should perhaps know the answer to this, but I subscribed to you and stuff, but for a year right for the final one came out. But what are your thoughts on Star Wars episodes 7, 8, and 9? Basically, they were just okay. The last one was probably the worst one. I didn't really care for Rise of Skywalker, the obvious with that, or how Rey was related to certain, somebody. I don't want to ruin it if people haven't seen it by now. But it was really, 7 was basically a redo of the first movie a little bit in terms of just the same type of thing. Blowing up a certain thing, and I'm not going to go any further than that. The middle one was the thing that changed everything with I guess the motivations for Luke Skywalker. Not a super fan of that either. I expected more from Benicio del Toro, I think was in there too. I said a little bit more of the characters. It was just okay at the same time. So I'm excited for more of the standalone films and to kind of get away from the Star Wars Skywalker storyline at this point. Have a little bit of that peppered in there because it's, what's what people know. But I'm looking forward to the expanded goodies. Grand Admiral Thrawn on season 2 of Ahsoka. There's a lot of good stuff coming with that. Carlos, HEB is a Texas-based grocery store from San Antonio. They have the best groceries ever, and H stands for here, everything is better. That's pretty cool. I like that. Very cool. That'd be something fun to check out. Maybe as just a vlog, just to kind of check it out. That would be pretty awesome. Keenan Thomas, what's going on? Hello, hello. Drew, so did you review those $5 footlong nachos at Subway with your senior discount? Drew, you've already beaten me to that. I don't know why you won't just post the content already. I mean, you might as well just kind of hold up your card, but then use a little great graphic to kind of blur out your membership number. So nobody takes your Denny's Grand Slam for $6 or whatever it is. It's all good. It's all good. Much love to you though. Much love. I love you, man. I love you. Let's see. California is 3 hours ahead of Hawaii. Yes, Larry, that is very true. That is very, very true. Louis Kano, what's going on? I am doing okay outside of the sleeping issue that I'm also having the same problem with, like Steven apparently too. Outside of that, it's just been a very, very hectic week for you boys. So it's been a lot going on as always there. So like I tell you guys, and like I have to try and believe to myself, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Everything is temporary. We will all get through. It's just one step at a time. Focus on the controllables, control the controllables, and then everything else will kind of fall in line. So that is the goal, is to kind of keep that moving forward and to keep a positive mindset. Because like I tell you guys, another cliched saying, but it's true, 20% what happens to you, 80% how you react to it. So just keep that in mind. So if that helps you guys, you already know. Drew, I already posted my Subway nachos without you since they didn't wake you up in time for the collaboration. What time were you filming at Subway that I'm still sleeping? Because I know I'm up at 9:15 every morning, if not sooner. So what were you doing, and how did you get that early? They don't serve breakfast. What's going on? And if honestly, I think Danny's is going to be a little upset if you're not where you need to be to use that discount. Just so you know. All right, last couple of things here because I'm about to go grab the goodies for the reviews. I can't believe it's already 8:30, and man, this is a good Friday because I'm having a good time with you guys, and I'm having a great time with you guys, actually, I should say. Noelle, my sister, makes it late to the party. No worries, you are just on time, my sister, just on time. And Carlos, if you're going to Jollibee tomorrow for the very first time, enjoy it. Let me know what you thought. of that for sure. And absolutely there. So right where my sister's at, where she says late to the party, I'm going to pause it right there. And I'm going to go grab the goodies here. So if you guys need to do what you need to do, this is the time to do it for about a minute. And we'll go from there. I'm going to go grab what I have to, and then we'll get it going here. So without further ado, I've got something for you to watch here on the screen, which basically is a standby screen with some music and some information. So I love you guys. I'll see you in just a sec. Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
All right, we are back. Let me just wait for everything to get caught up here in just a second. And let me just actually check out here. Louis Cano, what is your favorite place in LA and why is it your favorite? Actually, my favorite place in LA, let's see here. Wow, that's a great question, actually. There's a lot of great places here. You know, I'd probably have to say the Santa Monica Pier, to be honest. Taking a look and being out there and feeling the ocean, especially when you go out to the very end of it there and just kind of sitting there and just relaxing and kind of taking it in, especially when it's quiet. If you can get there either when it's like late in the day, people start kind of filtering out and then it gets kind of dark. It's a little scarier like that. But just the idea of feeling like it is just really just, you just feel the air, the smell of everything out there. It doesn't smell as bad as you think it might, you know, because of the ocean and stuff, the marine and stuff like the marine life. But it really is just a very peaceful place. Naturally during the day when it's super packed and crowded, it is what it is. But I'd probably have to say that. I've been out there a few times, sometimes by myself, just because I like to drive and, you know, get out there and just kind of sit that time as well. But, you know, it really is a very, very nice place to kind of gather your thoughts, especially if it's like late in the day and you got things that are going on. So I do like it. I do like it a lot. Will McHugh, can I get a shout out from my buddy Gabe? He loves your videos. Shout outs to Gabe. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Will, I hope you like them too. Thanks for being here, Will. I appreciate you. Thanks. I appreciate you, both of you actually, for being here as well. Drew, go get the cookies. Go get the grub cookies, maybe? What are you talking about? Do you think it's cookies? Really? Hurdle Durdle. Cool. I got it for you. Very nice. There you go. Sticker collecting. I had Jollibee once. I've had it a few times. I've reviewed it here on the channel. Fox 250. He loved it. Randy Molina, have you tried 7-Eleven's Endless Summer Watermelon Strawberry Flavored Soda yet? I haven't, Randy. You know, it's been a minute since I've been to 7-Eleven. And actually, speaking of that, it's kind of making me fiend to get one of like the super big gulps that they have there. So I may have to actually do that for sure. Stephen Shields wants to try the 7-Up, 7-Up Randy, but there are no Kroger's, Kansas City. You guys are all chatting there. Very nice. Yes, Alex, it ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. How much can you take and keep moving forward? That's how winning is done. So if you believe you're worth it, go out there and get it. Absolutely. I love that line from Rocky Balboa. It's really, really great. You already know. Hey, Wolf, what's going on? Shout outs to you there. Quick little update for you. The pre-orders for the Switch 2 begin April 24th, if you haven't heard it already, and the price is still $449, way overpriced for what it is. I'll wait for the OLED if I even decide to consider getting that down the road. I'm not spending $450 on a machine that's a 1080p screen. I don't care how great the HDR is at 120 frames per second. That is not where I'm at right there. And $80 from Mario Kart World is crazy. So I am going to pass on the first round of the Switch 2. I didn't even get the Switch 1 because it wasn't too impressed with it. And actually, now that I think about it, looking at Mario Kart World, outside of the scale, it's the same looking graphics. So I don't know what's up with Nintendo. I really don't. I wish they would come out with something that just visually has everything they need to last a bunch of years and be on par with everybody else. Not give me like PS4 level goodness. You know, when we live in a PS5/PS6 world coming out soon with GTA 6 especially. That's going to push everything. But we'll see. But if you love playing the first-party franchise games, then you're going to love, obviously, the new system, you know, the updated versions of everything naturally there. But with Mario, Zelda, Metroid, and the usual suspects, Mario Kart, they all look pretty much the same in there, too. They're just with a little bit hyper-resolution frame rates there. So I'll wait to see how the third-party support is before anything else. That's one of the reasons I haven't got a new Nintendo system ever since the GameCube. That's pretty much where I stopped. I didn't get the Wii. I just stopped it at that point there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I've been loving all the coverage of it. I mean, it's a cool-looking hyper version of the first console. It looks cool. I just wish that it was a little bit more like a boom for the buck, so to speak, for what you're getting there. I mean, $450, goodness. You know, you can get a PS5 for close to that. If not, actually a little bit less, depending upon certain models there. So anyway, guys, it is time to get into this. This is going to be one of 2 reviews. So this is actually something that I finally found. Some of you guys asked me about this. And Drew is partly right because it's a cookie, but not quite. So with that, let's get into some Golden Oreo Cakesters. And I will be bringing one of these over to my sister's spot, and she's probably going to tell me, oh, heck no, here in the chat, but I'm still bringing him just to try because this just looks amazing right now. So as you guys can see, we've got some golden sponge cake-like goodness here, soft-baked with the Oreo cream action that's in there. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go, but we'll see. Cake meets Oreo. It was love at first bite. So I believe I checked out the others, but this one is the one that I was looking for, you know, that everyone was saying, are you going to do the Golden Oreo? What's up with the Golden Oreo? So I'm like, okay, I finally found it as well. So I thought I would give this a shot. So, but it looks like we do have a little box opening 101 because I know Drew loves it. Take a look at that. There is the tab. Make your cake and cookie too, or have your cake and cookie too. So let's get our finger rolled under there. And boom, there you go. You guys are now Oreo aficionados. And look at that. These little packets, they come individually packaged. That's kind of cool. All right, so we got 2 of them in here. That is a pretty cool looking situation. Look at that. Pretty nice. And yes, I can't even read. That is very true, Donk. Right, there you go. Have your cookie and cake and eat it too. So there you go. 2 of these. Let's see. For those of you who need to know, but if we're having one of these, you probably don't need to know this because it's just calories. But 270 calories for 1 pack. 13 grams of fat. Carbs is 36. So, you know, literally, you've got $1.35 in calories for each of these, which is not horrible because obviously 2 Oreos, maybe about 140 calories, maybe a little bit less, 70 calories, I think, something like that. But naturally with this, it's cake. It's going to be thicker. I'm thinking it's going to be decent. You guys let me know. And let's see. Ooh, strong golden flavor. Wow, that actually smells really, really good. Hold on here. Let me pull this out because this tray that they're on is kind of reminiscent of the Twinkies from way back in the day, but it's got a little raised edges here, but the bag smells good. Wow, take a look at these, guys. Look at these. They almost look like little whoopie pies, kind of, just without chocolate, but take a look at that action. Very nice. Let me grab one of these here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are soft. Take a look at this here, guys. Pretty nice. I was kind of hoping it would be stamped with Oreo or something on the outside. You think they'd be able to do that and just kind of make it look like an Oreo in there too, but I don't know. We'll have to see here. Preston, 984, I appreciate the super chat donation to the channel. You're helping out immensely. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just a second there, it pops in, and it should be down over there as well too. There we go. So anyway, guys, golden cookie, like it's soft-baked cookies basically, but a little bit of cakey action with this. And then you have that cream on the inside. And the cream looks like it's in between the double stuffed and like the regular version that they typically have. So I'm very excited to see how amazing these are. So without further ado, you can have your cake and cookie too. It's the Oreo, the Golden Oreo Cakesters, finally on Peep This Out reviews. Let's give this a shot. Let's peep this out. The cream's a little different. I mean, it has to be, but yeah, that's not your standard Oreo cream, but and it's not as sweet, but it's thick. The cream is kind of thick actually on this, and the soft baked cakey cookie is pretty nice as well. Almost feels like it could be like the stump of a donut, or not a stump of a donut, the stump of a cupcake, the way the cake is. It's that type of consistency, maybe a little bit firmer, but it's not bad. Let's do a little badunkadunk in some milk because obviously it's Oreo, right? So let's give this a shot there. And it's not falling apart, so let's try it with some milk. It doesn't really absorb like the cookie does, but it's not bad. But guys, the golden goodness is good. I'm just not really getting an Oreo cookie vibe with this, but it doesn't taste like anything Oreo. Yeah, the cream is not, it's not like the sweetness that I'm getting from the cookie itself, from the Oreo cookies itself, but the overall softness of the golden portion of this is good, but it almost feels like an imitation of what an Oreo would probably be like in something like this, if it makes sense to you. But I'm not really feeling this as an Oreo product. I mean, it's tasty because the cream is good and the overall softness of the cookie is good, but it's not really doing it for me. It's okay. Let me chase it with some milk. Well, I could take it or leave it. I don't think I would get this one again. I'd probably get the original one. But I like the fact that the cream is pretty tasty with this. I mean, it is pretty good. It's just not Oreo. It's really, I think they're just slapping a name on this of calling it an Oreo, but it's not really in that vein. I'm not getting an Oreo vibe with it for some reason. I mean, how many times have you had like a sponge cake type of, situation, or a firmer type of soft cookie that's had like a middle, or if you make it on your own and you have like cream or whipped cream that you put on there, it's like not that. I think it would have been cool if it would have had the stamp of Oreo on the outside of it to make it a little bit more official, but this just looks like they just slapped the name on here and that's really it. You don't really see it anywhere else or any other mention. It's basically soft bake little soft cookie pies essentially. So I'll probably have the other one, but nothing, this is not that great, to be honest. I mean, in terms of what it is, it's just okay. So scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give this like a 6.5, a middle of the road, in between a 6 and a 7 for this, because I mean, it's fresh, it's tasty, it's just not, it's not Oreo to me that way. So I know it's going for a different thing because it's Cakesters, but at the same time, I would have liked to have had just a little bit more of the Oreo type flavor with this here. So a soft baked twist on a classic, no. That's actually what it says right over there. But it is not anything like that as far as I'm concerned. So 6.5 out of 10. I'm not going to get this again. Maybe if it's on sale for like $2.99 or something like that. This was $4.50. It's just okay for what it is. I like the packaging, obviously, because you obviously get a very easy snackable something to throw it into a backpack or bag or something if you want to have something down the road. And it's naturally packaged pretty nicely. But I am not just a super fan of the golden version of this. So I think the regular one is going to be okay. And even that was just all right, I believe, back then when I did those. So it is what it is. Guys, do me a favor, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the Golden Oreo Cakesters. Did it remind you of an Oreo? Did it kind of taste like an Oreo? Was it something that kind of like said, you know, made you think, oh man, this is really like an Oreo, you know, hybrid product? I would love to try like the cupcake version of Oreos, which they have coming out very soon. I think that's going to be a pretty tasty thing. But with something like this, what do you guys think personally? Especially if you've had both flavors of it there, which do you personally prefer out of the two? Because this is just okay. I probably wouldn't get this one again unless it's like heavily discounted, maybe, and that's a maybe. So 6.5 out of 10. If you agree with that, let me know down below. Let me know here in the chat if you're watching this live. It is what it is with that. So I am not going to go any further than that particular thing. But what I am going to do is, because I don't want to go into a second cookie, because I'm going to be reviewing something else for you guys right now as a little bit of a bonus, because it happens to be Easter coming up on Sunday. Leonardo, what's going on? Shout outs to you. Great to see you there. Let me just see the chat here really quick here. S'mores Oreos are good. Yes, Zach, I've done a review, actually. One of my first reviews back in the day. I think I did some campfire goodness outside of my mom's house at the time, where I had like a little fake campfire going on and I was kind of like pretending to do s'mores or something like that there. So yes, we'll have to see. Alex, finally got your hands on the Jack in the Box sauce and loaded wedges. Very nice. Thought they were pretty good with the cluck sandwich. You already know what it is. All-time favorite Oreo, Steven, is probably going to be that, there's like a triple chocolate, or there's like a chocolate lovers version, which was just insane. I remember trying. So I think it's going to be one of those. That one for sure that's in there. And again, shout out to Preston. I appreciate that super chat donation. Thank you, Preston. You'll find your name down below in the description box. Once the replay goes live tomorrow on Saturday, I'm going to shoot for putting this out as well at 12 p.m. Pacific. Actually, no, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You'll find it here on the channel in the afternoon. Same time that I launch all of my stuff for sure. So 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's see. All right, ready to go. Easter is on April 20th. Absolutely, Leonardo, you already know. All right. Guys, with Easter coming up, I thought I would end this off here just with another little something in honor of Mama Peeps, because why not? I wanted to give a shot. This is in honor of the moms, to go in on some chocolate pudding versions of the Peeps. And these were the bunnies too there. So I figured, you know what, because we did the chicks the last time, I thought I would go in with these. And one of the reasons I chose this is, for some reason, I thought this was going to be dipped in the chocolate. I was looking for those. Almost everything is sold out already, which is crazy. But I wanted to give the chocolate pudding version of this a shot just to try here. So it looks really cool. The packaging looks really cool. This was only a couple of bucks, and I was just like, all right, I'll bite, being that this is all that they kind of had as a last-minute thing here. So according to this here, it says, indulge in dessert with the rich and delicious taste of chocolate pudding flavor. Express your peepsonality. I think they've always had something like that with peepsonality, the way they've done it. So I thought for the moms, I would have one, because I know that she would want me to have one. And I would want to bring her, you know, these. Usually after my reviews, when I'm done with a lot of these types of things, I would bring them to her to try. So let's give this a shot and see how chocolate pudding like these are. I don't remember trying these ever. So when I saw this, I was like, let's give this a go, and we'll give this a shot over here. So Let me take this little out and you can see it. And oh wow, they do smell like chocolate. Take a look at these. Looking very much the part for sure. They've got that look to them, the chocolatey goodness over there, the little chocolate little dots or the dots that they have on here for their faces or the eyes. Actually, some don't even have noses. What the heck? Take a look at some of these closely. Some of them are missing their nose right over there. So somebody messed up somewhere. Looks like maybe half of them have a nose and the other half don't. But let's just give this a shot real quick, guys. This is just something like a little throwaway fun thing to try for Peeps chocolate pudding. Let's give this a shot. Let me pick one of these up. And I love how these are done. You can tell how these come off of the assembly line because they're all connected here, the way that they're done. So looking really cool. So let's pull one of these and give this a shot. It smells like chocolate pudding. It really does. Yeah, it feels like that, like the instant Jello type of pudding type of thing there. But as you can see, we've got one with no nose over here. Let's give it a shot. The Chocolate Pudding Peeps, the rabbit version. Peep This Out reviews. Let's do just that. Let's peep this out. Tastes like hot chocolate. Exactly like hot chocolate. The powder and the smell. That's what's doing it to me right now. These are more of the hot chocolate Peeps. These are good. Wow. I'm not really a super marshmallow dude, but this is good. The chocolate is really good on that. Look at that action right there. So I know my focus needs focus. There we go. But it's tasty, guys. Hot chocolate. They can easily market these, I'm sure they have, as hot chocolate Peeps. Because it's marshmallow anyway, and that chocolate flavor. These will most likely get eaten. And yes, Noel, I will be bringing some over for you to check out on top of that. So yeah, for Mama Peeps, absolutely. This is definitely something in her wheelhouse I think that she would enjoy. And I'm digging these. These are pretty good. Probably throwing that in with some milk, actually. You know what? Let me chase that with some milk right after here. Oh, yeah. All day long. Man. All day long with that. That is pretty good. That is some of the best versions, I think, of Peeps that I have had yet. And I've tried a few here and there over the years. But yeah, that's definitely pretty tasty. And I am not getting this into this bag pretty easily here. So it is what it is. Guys, Chocolate Pudding Peeps, I'll do a solid 8 out of 10 on this one here. If you agree with that, let me know here in the chat by putting a chocolate bar. Just do a little search for chocolate there for the emojis and let me know if you are in agreement with that, because these are pretty good. If you see these, especially on closeout after Sunday, buy them because they are straight up hot chocolate. Like they are very, very tasty. Peoplelicious, yes, Noel, you already know what it is. Dude, I gotta try that. I've got my sweet tooth going. I will save these for you, Sean. I'll save these for you. These are pretty good. These are pretty good. So, hot cocoa goodness, and I'm telling you, chase it with some milk. There's nothing that a little lactate won't fix, I'll tell you. That is good. That is really good. This, not so good. This, absolutely. So I think this was money better well spent for these. So Chocolate Pudding Peeps over the Golden Oreo Cakesters. Yeah, I would probably have a few of these and some milk. I think you'll be good to go. So tasty, guys. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Oh, goodness there. And I've got all kinds of little crumbles from it as well. Right here. Man, that was good. That was a tasty way to end that one off there. Very, very tasty. Well, guys, let me take a quick moment to thank each and every one of you once again as we come to the end of the stream. Again, guys, we got 5 minutes left. I just wanted to give a shout outs to all of you peeps right now. Wishing you all a very happy and healthy Easter weekend. Like I said, if you observe it or not, whatever you do this weekend, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Do something that brings you happiness. Don't worry about what's going on in the news. Control the controllables, and just focus on being good to each other, especially being good to yourself. Self-love and just really just enjoy your weekend as much as possible, for sure. Noelle is saying hello, hello, hello. Sean is saying happy Easter to all. You already know what it is. Guys, you make the world go round. So it is a matter of just, like I said, keeping that right focus, keeping the positivity, and keeping everything moving in the right direction. And whatever you may be going through, because I'm going through it, trust me, I'm going through it right now. This too shall pass. Everything will be okay. Just stay the course and pivot and adjust if you have to. And again, you can't control the ocean, but you can control the motion of your sails, right? So try and keep that in there as well too there. But I wish you a very, very prosperous weekend. Health, happiness, and success, not just on your birthday naturally, but every single day. And all the good stuff that I always like to talk about. Again, I will be putting a post up this weekend asking you guys what you think of a member-only stream for next Friday. And that's going to be the last stream of the month, actually. That may be something to do specifically on certain days, or, you know, I haven't really decided yet. I'm kind of batting around the idea. But I believe that's the 25th, if my math is correct. If today is the 18th, it is probably going to be the 25th. And it is. Basic math. So next Friday, we'll see about that there. And again, we'll see what you guys think. Of course, send me direct comments, whatever you guys think about anything that may be going on, anything that I can be of assistance with. I greatly appreciate the love and support for all the content on the channel. Do, again, keep track of tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, over on facebook.com/Peep This Out Show. You're going to find a little quickie review or a look at something that I've went back to go check out at that point. Up until this point, I should say. And then the replay for tonight will be on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Brand new review on Easter. I kind of wanted to have a timestamp on Easter anyway. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do that. So I'm kind of holding tomorrow's review for Sunday. So again, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as well. So lots to look forward to. Lots to look forward to here on the channel. Yes, Noel, happy Easter. Finger mover, what's your favorite fast food burger joint? In-N-Out Burger for me. I definitely love In-N-Out. Even though the Quarter Pounder with cheese is my favorite Mickey D's burger that I usually get a little bit more often, whenever I do go for, if I'm really in the mood there, my favorite spot is definitely In-N-Out, because it is really, really good. Stay swirled and frosty this weekend. Drew, you do the same. That's awesome. Stephen Shields, Ian, your live streams are always the best. I appreciate you, Stephen. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. For as long as I'm able to do it, I'm going to continue to do so, because it's definitely what I love to do. It's a lot of fun. Creating content, you already know. Louis Cano, what is your favorite donut shop? I like Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme. Those are great for the mainstream things, Louis, but I like Donut Man, actually, in Glendora. I've done some stuff way back in the past, but their donuts are legendary out here in Southern California, and I do love them. They are pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So let's see. Joey's cleaning lady, what's going up? Hopefully let's see. Hopefully some sunlight this weekend. It's been cloudy. Yes, it has been. You already know. Noel, come on over and bring some In-N-Out. No, I got too much stuff to do tonight. I got to catch up on some shows, and I got to do some work. So I'm going to be busy into the late evening tonight, for sure. I got to crack a Coke Zero and just relax. It's been a lot going on for you boys, so I definitely want to just kind of chill for a bit. But I will call you. I will call you shortly after, for sure. All right, so guys, I'm going to be here in the chat for the next minute or two until it times out. To anyone who may have contributed to the channel through PayPal or any of the other means that I have down below in the description box, or that first pinned comment, we'll see what's going on there, and I'll make sure to put you guys down below in the description box on top of that. So again, thank you in advance for all your love and support. I greatly appreciate it, like I said, and we'll go from there. So let me jump on over here and say shout outs to all you guys. I'll try and answer whatever I can up until that timeout happens. But just know that your boy is thinking of all of you guys, and I greatly appreciate you more than you know, as I always say. I'm always going to keep saying it, because that's just how I roll like that, because you guys make the channel go round. I love creating, but I'm glad you guys love consuming it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Weather has been kind of chilly, Luis. It's been kind of chilly. Very cloudy the last few days, which I'm down for and I'm good with, because I know in a few months we're going to be begging for it, because it's going to be extremely hot. So we know it's coming. So happy Easter to all the amazing peeps who celebrate it. Happy weekend to all those and in general. And I'm going to be here. Obviously, we'll see what's going to be happening for next Friday. So do take a look at the poll over the weekend. Let me know what you think. and we'll kind of go from there. And I just want to, kind of change a few things up here and there as well, and we'll see how this goes. So, guys, thank you so much. Again, I'll be here hanging out, and let me just wrap this up. I'll swing on over this way, and here we go. With that, it's your boy Ian K officially closing out the live stream for April 18th, 2025. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel, so why you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. And with that, peace. I'm out.